Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're keeping cool wherever you are. It is very hot here where we are. Yes, that's right. It's been 116 recently over here in the Arizona area. And yeah, pretty damn hot, I must say. All right, so got some cool stuff going on here. We actually have another update for you already. We realized there were a couple of issues with the changing of the colors of the drop targets to the lit versions, and we've fixed that, so that should make everyone happy. And we've also done some addition of adding the illuminated plastic look to things, you know, so all these objects such as these posts here and flippers and those top lanes and everything like that, you can set them to be illuminated, and of course you can change their color. And in the darkness, if we go to the darkness, you can see that they are lit up, and that could make for some fun stuff. We'll add illuminated rubber to this soon too, so just a matter of time. It's just time consuming to do these things. So, you know, that's why we're kind of releasing little bits at a time. All right, so here's another thing that we've done, and I think you'll be excited to see this. So first of all, I'll show you here these two rascals. Oh, by the way, just a side note, these targets can also be set up for lit, but obviously just the round ones for now. But anyway, that just wanted to let you know. So for drop targets, we have now the ability to change the decals on them to literally whatever you want. All you need to do is put your files named DT underscore and then whatever the name of your file you want to call it. So horseshoe in this case, or star, and etc. And you just want to put those in your PinBuilder app data folder, which I'll show you where that is in a moment. All right, so that's one awesome thing, and when you save these, they do save. So you save that, now you'll have that arrangement right there. So you'll see here too that we can do this also for the spinner. So spinners now can have a decal, and if we rotate the spinner around, you can, oops, yeah, we don't want to do that because that'll wig it out. And that is gonna just show you the back side here. Now you'll see this side looks upside down. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, because when it flips around this way, it'll be right side up. And then you'll get the cop car flashing down the roadway, right? So whatever you want to put on the spinner, you can now put on the spinner yourself. And these images, like the rest of the images in the game, are PNGs with transparency. So everything that's red is actually a color, and then everything that's white there is just actually that white color you're seeing is just the back, is the paint, I guess, as or. So could call that paint, I guess, you know. And so that's all you need. It's just an image with transparency, or you could put a solid image on there if you wanted to. This is just part of, I think, the Wingdings font. So we just slapped a few simple ones together. Here's one that's kind of a cross sort of looking thing, and then this cool X looks pretty rad. So anyway, that is now an option, and when you save that, it'll save that. And that's really nice to have that done. That's a cool thing. And let's see, what else have we done? Oh yeah, there were a few noise or sound related issues with drop targets, I think, that may have creeped out in that last update. So those are now resolved. Then there's something else that eluded us for a while, and we finally put it in here. I'm sure you'll be excited to see it. And if you look at our panel on the left, which is the cabinet editor, you'll see that it's really getting full of stuff now. And look at that, there's a balls per game you can change. Finally, so you can put any number in here from 1 to 100 balls if you want. Now, that's not going to give you 100 balls on the playfield. That's just how many balls per game the player is going to get. So just set that to that, and you should be good to go. All right, well, that's it for this. There's been a few small improvements, little tweaks here and there, and some things that we've also done that you can check out on your own. And, oh, I did want to just remind everybody on the drop targets. There was one thing. I was looking for information on this, and forgive us if we haven't updated our manual in a while, but we find that just doing this in videos is probably going to be the best, because it's actually kind of hard to keep up with the manual and updating and doing videos and blah, blah, blah. So it's only a very few of us here. So the thing I was going to show you was, with regards to logic and drop targets. So if you set up a bank of drop targets and you're like, why don't these things reset or make sounds or do anything? That's because they need to be attached to a logic controller. So all you need to do is create a new controller, and then name it whatever you want. Set it to drop target bank and points only. Actually, this one doesn't really matter, but it's safe to put it on points only. And you do want it, if you want these to reset after you've knocked them down, then you set this to yes. If you want these to just stay down, let's say you have like a target. Let's say this is like a target, like on 8-Ball Deluxe. You know, you knock these down to get some kind of bonus, and then this is like a big bonus behind them all. Well, you could leave these set. You could leave this set to no. So that way they won't reset, and your player will have a chance to hit that target in the back there. Whoops. I'll just go back here. I'm just going to leave that where it is. So in order to do this, it's actually pretty simple. Let me just, I'll just delete that one, and I'll just create a new one, and I'm going to call it DT. I'm going to say drop target bank, points only. I want them to reset after they're done. This is going to be 10 points when they're dropped, and then actually, this is the completion points. That should probably change to completion points or something. But this sound is the one that is triggered when you just knock a target down, and then this one is when you complete the whole bank. So if we set that up like that and we save it, let me move this dude back out, and I'm just going to put this right here for a minute. And then I'm going to go back to logic. And now what we need to do is connect these up. So very simple to do. Just select each one of these and set it to trigger that DT controller. So you just pick each one in the bank. You got to do this, otherwise it won't work. Because when you drop one of these, that's the point where this needs to be able to say, hey, are these all down yet? Or, you know, if not, if so, what do I do? If not, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. So they have to point to it. And once you do that and then you reselect this, you'll see there they are. Those red lines and indicators indicate that that is being triggered by these, or switched by these guys here. And then in order to have this know which drop targets to check, you just simply hold down Shift and then left click each one of those targets so that they're all in there. You can see there's a 4 hiding right there. And then that way, when you save, it'll actually function the way you want it to. So let's just take a quick peek at how that works. So I'm just going to spawn that ball right above the targets.
Complete.
So that's how that works. If you want to reset it, and then if we go back here to that, and then we say nope, and then we save. Actually, yeah. And then we start another game. And we'll spawn a ball. And since you have it set to don't do anything when they're down, it just does nothing. It just counts them, and then that's that. And they'll reset when the ball comes back. Let's see. So that's the way that'll work. So yeah, probably could set it up so there's an option to, you know, play a sound at the end of the drop target bank, but not reset it. I mean, we could probably add that at some point. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to show you was, and let me get a piece of blank screen here. Actually, wait a second. I'm going to go in here. I need to go here instead. And sorry about that. Make everybody dizzy. All right, let's just do this way. I'm going to turn on some text. All right, so spinner decals must be in the following folder and naming format. So when you do your spinner decal artwork, all you need to do is put it in your C users, whatever your username is, etc., etc. And then you'll see at the very rightmost end of those two lines where it says sp underscore decal name underscore front dot ping and back dot ping, etc. So when you create spinner decals, if you want them to have a back side, just name the back side underscore back. And as long as everything else is the same, and the underscore back and underscore front are there, then what you'll see in the editor will be, and let's see if I pick the spinner. What you'll see over here is, it's kind of hard to see under there, but you'll see that, just the front one. That way it's not a list twice as long, you know. But anyways, so that's what you want to do. And that's how that's going to work. At least for now, unless, you know, something happens and we change it and make it different. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we did yesterday or today that may or may not need to be explained, but I don't think so. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I hope you guys are enjoying the updates coming to the game, and keep your input coming as well. And we will see you in the arcade.